This is a guided meditation activation, actually, as it's energetically infused, for how you can do a deep clearing and cleansing of your space, whether it's a home, an outdoor space, your business, even your car, all of the above, any space really that you have an interest in and control over. It is really aimed for that, not for you doing it for someone else, but for you doing it for a space that is not carrying the vibration and energy that you seek, one that you occupy. So, to begin, sit comfortably, preferably in the center of the space that you are seeking to clear. If that's not possible, sit wherever you can and imagine energetically that you are in the center of this space. And then sitting with your eyes closed, bring your attention to your third eye, that point between your eyebrows, and float back into the center of your head. And now let your attention drop down to your heart space. From that center point of your heart, imagine a brilliant diamond white light flowing up through your throat chakra, your third eye, and out your crown. And send this white light up into the heavens to the furthest reaches of the galaxy, where you will see, sense, feel, or just imagine that there's a divine star point with your name on it. Wrap your white light around that a few times so that you're securely connected to your divine star. And then run that white light all the way back down, bringing that divine heavenly energy with it. Bring it all back down to the crown of your head and float it back down to the center of your heart space. From that same center point now, you're going to imagine a stout gold grounding cord flowing down through your torso, through your legs, and out the soles of your feet, sending this gold grounding cord down into the center of Mother Earth, where you will see, sense, feel, or just imagine that there's a golden ball of energy that you're going to lock your grounding cord into, connecting it tightly, wrapping it around a few times so that you're snugly and securely grounded in the energy of Mother Earth. And now run your grounding cord, drawing with it all that golden grace light. Bring it all back up. See it enter the soles of your feet and flow it back up to your heart space where it meets the white light from above. Turn your attention to that center point where the gold and the white light mix and extend it out, seeing it flow out into a column that extends about a foot beyond your physical body and runs from that center point above to that grounding center point below. Allow the gold and the white light to mix and merge in any way that they choose, and filling into, up and out, just completely flowing the gold and the white light in that column that is creating a state of grounded, expanded awareness, a state of stability for you to be in while we grid your space, set up a vortex, and clear it out. So now we're going to get you on the grid first before we begin working with the space. So imagine a slice of a golden grid coming down vertically from above your head, just the same as graph paper, but without the paper and with the lines being gold. Imagine that coming down, pull it through and flow it through your body and out the soles of your feet. There you go. And imagine it extending infinitely above and below you. And now at the level of your heart space from front to back, you're going to imagine a second slice of the grid coming in, passing through and extending out the back of your heart chakra. And again, see this slice of the grid extending infinitely before and behind you. And now from either the left or the right side, Imagine the third slice to complete the sphere coming in. Pull it through and out the other side, all this at the level of the heart space. And now turn your attention to that point where all three slices of the grid converge at that center point, and see those lines flowing out into an infinitely expanding sphere, allowing the golden grace light to flow in, through, and as you. Take a moment to stand as witness observer to yourself, and you will see that you are the center point of this golden grid of grace, where all divine support is available to you and flows in, through, and as you. So now, draw your attention to the center point of the space that you wish to clear and cleanse of any untoward energy or frequencies that do not serve your highest interest. And from that center point of the space, imagine a slice of the grid coming down from the heavens above, moving all the way through the space down into the earth, just as you did with yourself. And again, see that slice of the grid extending infinitely above and below the space. From the designated front of the space at the midpoint, which would be the heart center, heart's space for the house, bring the second slice of the grid in horizontally and pull it all the way through the space and out the back. And again, this is going to extend infinitely in front and behind the space. And now from either the left or the right side of the space, bring the third slice in, meets the other two in the middle, and goes out the other side. So once again, energetically bring your attention to that convergence point at the center of the space where all three slices of the grid meet, and expand it out in all directions so that the space is now on the golden grid of grace in its own designated spot where the grace light can flow in, through, and as that space. You may feel, sense, see, you may feel nothing, it's still happening, that the energy of the grid is already beginning to warm, cleanse, and clear the energy of the house that does not meet the frequency of love and above, the divine frequency of flowing in the zone. And so imagine setting up a vortex running counterclockwise, so left to right, under the bottom of the space, whatever that is. It will be in or near the ground. And then send the narrow funnel end of the vortex down into that golden ball at the center of Mother Earth. This is a recycling plant where transmutation occurs, where all things released into the vortex down into the golden ball are recycled by Mother Earth for transmutation and her repurposing and reuse for her own healing. So you doing this work to clear the low, dense, sticky, sludgy, low vibrational energy in your space is also you being of service to Mother Earth. Much needed at this time. So direct your attention with your inner eye, still keeping your eyes closed, moving from right to left, scanning energetically the energy of the space, directing, whether you see, sense, feel it, or are just imagining, all dense vibrations, all low energy, any sludgy, thick, darkness, anything that does not serve the highest expression of this space as being one of love and light, a place where you and all those who enter feel warm and welcome and loved and happy and whole and healthy and at ease. Anything that is not that, direct it down into that vortex vacuum, which is already on its own, spinning counterclockwise, doing its job as the grid is warming, breaking the bonds and releasing down anything that does not flow at the frequency of the grid. All that is being vacuumed out and down into that vortex. You may even imagine a beautiful shower head above the space, a divine shower head. Turn it on like a handheld shower and then direct it around. Again, all of this is from within. Direct it around all four corners of the space, top to bottom, washing out and down anything that is ready to go, anything that does not serve your highest interest, and the highest interest of the space being one of love and light. And then you can let that shower head go and just let all that cleansing liquid be vacuumed out and down into the vortex. Allow it to continue running. Turn your attention to the four corners of the space. If it is a physical structure and then there's land connected, start with the physical structure. And imagine in the four corners, however best you can establish that, since not every structure is a square, set up 4 pillars or columns of light. Letting that light connect into the heavens and down into the earth. Just anchoring the 4 corners of the space with light and grounding. And now if you are also dealing with land upon which this physical structure sits, then do the same for the 4 corners of the land. When I do this, I sometimes let it extend out beyond my property so that the surrounding areas are also covered with the light. I set the 4 pillars, 4 columns of light up in the 4 corners of my land, and then I extend the light from those columns out externally to cover the surrounding land. So just anchoring in the 4 corners of the plot of land. And now turn your attention again to the center point of the house. And we're going to create a Merkaba, a piece of sacred geometry, energetically enlivened, to protect the space going forward. So imagine a pyramid, a grid like the outer frame of a pyramid, coming down from above. You may see it as white, gold. It may come in as blue or even healing emerald green. It may come in as a mixture. However it comes in, imagine bringing this pyramid down from above to where the bottom of it is at that heart center space of the house, the one that we're starting everything from, the midpoint of the space. And then extend this pyramid out in all directions until it encompasses all of the house and all of the land on which the house or the space, the apartment, whatever it is, sits. And now turn your attention below and imagine an inverted pyramid coming from the earth, where the bottom of it is coming up first. So bring that up until it meets the one from above. And let the two bottoms attach in the center. And again, allow whatever colors come through in this crystalline structure. And make sure that as both meet, they are expanded out to encompass all of the building, all of the space, all of the land. Whatever space you're working with should be fully within this Merkaba. Spread it out as wide as you need it to be. And then imagine that you can push a button or use your hands to set it running in a clockwise motion as quickly, swiftly, or slowly as it chooses. It may expand in shape. You may notice another piece of sacred geometry within it. Whatever comes, allow it. And just know that this Merkaba is the support structure for holding this space in the frequency of love and light. So now giving one last cleanse to everything, letting the last little dust bunnies and bits and wobbly parts that have been in this space that do not serve, let it go down into the vortex vacuum, and then shut that vacuum down, letting it be absorbed into the gold ball. Everything that has been released is down there being transmuted. And just take a moment to feel into the supported sacred state that you have created for your space, with the columns of light, with the space being on the golden grid of grace, and with this crystalline structure, this Merkaba of sacred protection. You can keep this all in place and then release it as needed, reactivate it as needed. It is within your authority and your power to use it as you need. Just always remembering when you are finished to close the vortex. And now as we end this activation to cleanse and clear your space, call all of your energy back from wherever it is, calling all of your energy back to yourself, bringing it all within you. Imagine a beautiful golden sun above you and the space, and let it just flow down, in, through, out, and over, filling all areas of you and all of your body's and energetic field with this beautiful golden sunlight, filling your space with the same light. Turn your attention to the inner bounds of your auric field, and you'll imagine a light switch at the top right above your head. Flip that on and see how brilliantly your aura lights up. Turn your attention to the outside of your auric field and imagine placing hundreds of little tiny mirror tiles all over the exterior of your field. It's just like a disco ball, so that your energy is protected and that anyone's energy, even any energy from within this space that comes towards you, is reflected back. and does not enter your field. Creates a protected, expanded state for you to move through. And because of the gaps between the little tiny tiles, your light can still extend out and be seen. And you can also see your way forward. So coming all the way back, right here, right now, with me, we give great thanks to Mother, Father, God, Source of all that is, all of your guides, angels, archangels, masters, ascended masters, wise one team, and all divine celestial beings who have been here to assist you and your space in healing, cleansing, clearing, and opening, flowing in the frequency of light and love. For this we are extremely grateful, most humble, and extend much love. And so it is.